Miami single family homes. You guys know that we sell more real estate than any other real estate company in Miami when it comes to single family homes. Why do I share this with you? Because we don't tell our story very well. And this should be in every one of your listing presentations when you go to meet with a seller selling a home in Miami. More than Compass, more than Coldwell Banker, more than EXP, more than Kai's, more than Berkshire Hathaway. They're all up there, and we sell more real estate than all of them. Start telling the story. Next is this. This was shared. So what do I want you to take away from here? That in Miami last month, there were just under 1,000 homes that sold. 1,000 homes, single-family homes in Miami sold. There are 3,776 active listings. All right, so why is that important? Because if someone says, how's the market? Well, you could say, hey, there's 3,800 homes for sale and 1,000 of them sold. Okay, so a third of the inventory, or just under a third of the inventory, is turning over every month in single family. It's taking on average 61 days to sell a property, a single family home in Miami, and sellers are getting 4% off of list price, 96% of list price. 4 out of 10 single family homes are dropping their price, and 4 out of 10 homes on the market are not selling and expire. We're going to talk about that number in a second. Then you guys have this slide, which shows year over year, the trend from April of last year through last month. There are 1,000 more homes for sale than there was a year ago. Inventory is growing. We went from 2,900 to 3,800. You can see it right here to here. Inventory is growing. What does that mean? It means that it's taking longer to sell properties. However, when you break down exactly what's going on, median days on the market went from 66 to 61. That means that if you price a property correctly, it will sell. You don't price a property correctly, you're adding to the inventory. Inventory is sitting. There are the same amount of closings a year ago to today. You could see 957 to 998. So there are 1,000 more homes actively on the market with the same amount selling. That is why I say if you don't come to training, get in a coffin and wait. Why? Because the unskilled agent is screwing up the market. Agents who don't know how to have conversations with sellers and who are order takers are having properties sit on the market because the same amount are selling. The agents who know how to sell real estate are still making money. The agents who do the same things they were doing in 2001, 2021, sorry. All right. 1 out of 4 of the homes are selling above list price. 25% of the homes in Miami are selling above list price while inventory is growing. This is why I came up with that hypothesis. And then 4 out of 10 are expiring. Now, when we go here, you can see that everything under 750,000 is flying off the shelf. So if you have a listing under 750,000 and it's sitting on the market, do a 5% adjustment, it should move. If it's priced somewhere in the realm. Why? Because that's what the statistics are telling us. Let's move to Broward. There are 1,142 closings and 4,000 active single-family homes in Broward. There are just under 1,200 closings with 4,000 actives. It is taking 50 days to sell homes single-family in Broward, and they're selling at 95% of list price. 50% of everything on the market is getting a price adjustment in Broward County. 50%, and 4 out of 10 are failing. Listings went from 2,500 a year ago, 2,500 to 4,000 actively on the market. Which way is the market going, folks? Yeah. Why? Because inventory is sitting. More and more people are going on the market. Now, we can say, oh, the market's hot, everything's moving. Yeah, if you price it right, it will move. If you don't, we are adding to the inventory. Inventory jumped from 2,500 to 4,000 in just a year. Now, just last month, 700 properties expired in Broward County. Just last month, single family homes, 700 properties expired. My question to you is, if 600 single family homes expired in Dade and 700 properties expired in Broward, that's 1,300 single family homes that agents failed at selling. If I was you, I would spend 2 hours a day learning how to speak to expired listings, practicing what to say to expired listings. 2 hours a day. So as the agent is full of poop, let's look at how many properties sold month over month. 1,000 last year, 1,100, 1,100, 1,000, 1,100, 1,000, 1,000, 800, 800, 700, 800, 1,000, 1,200. An agent who says that we're not in selling season has no idea what they're talking about. Same amount of properties are closing year over year. The only reason why a home doesn't sell is because the agent does not know how to hold a price adjustment conversation, which is a skill. It is a skill to list property, and it is a skill to get price adjustments. They are completely different skills. I built a career on this, and I will pour into you when you come to Ask Lee Anything and you come to script practice with me. All right, so what is the trend? We're staying consistent at 1,100 closings, and we added, look at this, a month of inventory. We went from 2.4 to 3.5, but don't worry, we are still in a hot market. 5.5 months means prices are starting to level out. We're still in the hot market. Single family homes in Broward are moving. But look, 1 out of 5, 20% of everything is selling above list price. 20% in Broward. Meanwhile, inventory just doubled.
What's the reason for that?
Well, the reason is that when you price a property correctly or a little bit under market, the market will react. It is as Richard said at Stats, you cannot give a property away. The market will respond. If you take a $500,000 property and you price it at $470,000, you'll have 40 offers in 24 hours, and they will all bid the property up. Versus pricing it at $525,000 and getting no offers at all. That's what's going on. The agents who know what they're doing, who understand the market, price it correctly and let the market respond, because the statistics are proving that that's what happens. All right. So again, 1,300 expires if you wanted to work the single family market in Broward and Dade just last month. Can you get 1 out of those? 2? You get 2 out of those, that's 24 a year. At an average of $10,000 a commission, guys, you're earning $250,000, and that's if you work no buyers. Now, as you guys could see here, it's a tale of two markets. The top end of the real estate market has pumped its brakes, which we're still moving in the lower end. All right, as Evan asked, let's dive into condos. Let's dive into condos. No, it's not an oof. However, we are not number one in selling condos in Miami. We're number 3, but at the end of the day, let's crush the single family market as we dive into the oof. All right. So there are 1,235 closings with just over 9,300 active listings. 9,300 active condos for sale in Miami-Dade. It's taking 83 days to sell on average. So if your property doesn't sell in 2 weeks, guys, that's 14 days. On average, condos are taking around 3 months to sell. They're selling at 94% of list price. 5 out of 10 are dropping their price, and 5 out of 10 are failing. Half of everything that is listed in Miami-Dade that is a condo is failing and coming back on the market as an expired. Food for thought. Far less inventory than there was in 2019. Now, why is this stat here? Is because 2019 was the last normal market to where we are today, just to give you perspective. There's far less inventory today. However, inventory has jumped in the last year from 6,200 to 9,300. We have added 3,000 properties that are sitting on the market when it comes to vertical properties, townhouses, and condos. The same amount of units are selling though. 1,200 units are still selling. So Evan, when somebody says we're not in the selling season, the same amount of properties are selling last month than they were a year ago the same month. Same amount of buyers are buying, the same amount of closings are happening, but inventory has gone up by 3,000 year over year. Why? And wow is because agents don't know how to have a pricing conversation. Come to Ask Me Anything and we can talk about how to price property. Month supply of inventory. This is really important. So month supply of inventory is this: the amount of months it will take to sell what is currently on the market if no other listings come on the market. So a year ago, it was 5.5 months. What that means is that that's a balanced market. What comes on, comes off. It kind of rotates in a 6-month period. That's why we take 180-day listings, 6-month listings. It means that your inventory will turn over a 6-month period. Balanced market. Anything above 5.5 months is a buyer's market. It means prices are softer. They should be adjusting downward. So look at our month supply of inventory. We went from 5.5 months a year ago, jumped up to 7.6. I want you to think of a grandfather clock. When the pendulum starts moving in a direction, it doesn't go the other way. Doesn't. Inertia is moving this way. We are moving strongly into a buyer's market when it comes to vertical living. So be prepared to have this conversation and don't take an overpriced listing. The market doesn't treat overpriced listings well. Neither does it treat your pocketbook well, because you have to pay to valet, you have to pay for pictures, you have to pay for all of these things, and it does not help. The market is moving in an opposite direction of hot when it comes to vertical living. 1 out of 2, or 1 to 2, let me show you the statistic. Where is it? Right here, selling above list price. 1 to 2 out of 10 when it comes to vertical living is selling above list price. 1 out of 10 is selling above. Where we were talking in the single family market, 5 out of 10 were selling above list price, or 4 out of 10. And 5 out of 10 expire. And just last month, there were 1,352 expireds in condo, townhouses, and villas in Miami-Dade. 1,352. Can you get 1 out of that? That's why we play the game. Get 1, get 2. Again, you list 2 houses and you sell 2 houses a month. That's 24 closings. Average price point, let's use 300 as an example. That's $250,000 a year. Okay, let's move. And then you guys see here, red is not ideal. The condo market is moving in the absolute wrong direction. Now, for where the biggest movements are happening. Broward County condos. No one sells more condos than Keller Williams in Broward County. And here, there are 1,258 closings with just under 8,500 listings. Compared to 2019, there were 8,000 listings. There are more listings now than in the balanced market. Everything cleaned out, and now it built back up. 59 days on the market. It's taking 2 months to sell something. They're selling at 94% of list price. 50% of everything on the market is getting an adjustment, and 50% are expiring. Listing inventory. went from 4,000 to 8,500 year over year. Listing inventory doubled in a year. Why? Assessments, maintenance. Yeah.
Leads.
This is your opportunity to find those that absolutely have to sell because they cannot afford it and price it under everything active, and you will make a killing in this business. I'm going to say that again. You find people who can't afford their property, price it under everything active, lower than everything active, and you will make a killing in this business. Learn what to say, and people will do what you ask them to do. It's that simple. You tell people what to do, they won't listen to you. Food for thought. All right, so down the home stretch here, we move from a hot seller's market, 3.5 months of inventory, to what? 6.7. We went from a hot market 12 months ago to a buyer's market in a year. In a year. The market is swinging in vertical living in both sectors, Broward and Dade. All right. So 4 out of 10 went under contract. A year ago, where only 2 out of 10 are going under contract right now. It's pretty crazy how the statistics, 1 out of 10 are selling above list price. And again, 50% of everything is expiring. Guys, 50% of everything is expiring in most sectors, Broward, Dade, single family, condo, because agents don't know how to sell real estate. They think this is an order taking business or a service based business. Make no mistake, and I'm going to end on this. This is a sales business. And if you don't treat it as such, all bets are off that you'll make it. You must learn how to sell and help people make decisions by asking questions. And if you don't know the questions to ask, you have to plug in. Why? Because there's more agents than there ever have, and the same amount of properties are selling, which means that only the strongest will get their unfair share, and others will just get what kind of crumbs fall their way.